chick. The Alpha and Omega. Mighty God.
You don't whack me in the face. I just got on your clothes. That's the fit.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Okay, welcome to another Q&A. This is me and Choop. If you're new to the channel, welcome.
Moments later.
I said welcome, so you...
Welcome. Welcome.
You're welcome. Welcome to the channel, man. Y'all should go ahead and subscribe. A little family content or my content. It's whatever in here, man. We 3 years in the game, man. Tough times, a lot of love, a lot of learning, a lot of wisdom. Let's just hop into it, man. See what y'all had to say.
I'm so hungry.
If y'all didn't know, we got 2 kids. So first question, do you trust others with your kids? If so, who? I trust people with my kids. I mean, not people, but shoot, family. What? You do trust people with your doggone kids.
I got like a handful of people who I leave my kids with, and you know that.
The same family.
A handful of people.
They granny, papas, that's all we. Alright. What's y'all love languages?
Your love language is touch.
Touch?
Yes. You touchy.
Is it?
Yes. And food.
That's not love. That don't count as a love language. I know yours is
Yours is touch.
Yours is action and gifts.
Not so much gifts.
Doing stuff. Getting stuff.
And words of affirmation.
And all of ours is words of affirmation. Because you always gotta know if they still rocking with you. 3 years in the game and I still ask, do you love me?
I like you.
Yeah. And there we go. Words of affirmation is real important though. You always gotta reassure your partner. Not your wife or your husband. Let me be clear. Not your partner. Your wife or your husband.
No, you said it.
It's only 2, baby.
No, you said it.
No, forget that. Who's more affectionate? It's me. Oh dang, this juicy right here. Who's the better cook?
Now y'all know.
Don't say y'all.
Now y'all know.
What you trying to say?
They know who the better cook is.
Who do you think the better cook is?
It's not about what I think.
Go ahead. You bad. It depends. Being honest though. It really depends. She's a baker. She can also cook though. I'm a barbecuer.
And he can cook salmon because I hate cooking salmon.
She can cook like really extravagant stuff, like on some seafood, lasagna turnover type stuff, you know. The good thing is we can both cook though. That's the main thing. We can both cook. Jeez. Who sleeps the worst? Oh,
that's you.
Gosh.
Absolutely.
Trinity. Oh, goodness. I be tired though.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just be tired.
I sleep quiet and I sleep in my spot.
You don't sleep in your spot now.
I
Come
do
on
sleep
now.
in my
Don't sleep in the spot.
You sleep loud.
I don't sleep loud.
And you sleep all up in my space.
Okay, well, I don't sleep in your space.
So you don't be all up on my bed. You don't be all up in my face.
Why you all the way over there? You gonna come over here with me?
No, that ain't what I said.
What'd you say?
I could be asking why you always over there, you know, just wondering, and you be like, I was waiting for you to ask.
What's your favorite place to eat?
At home, cause when we go places, you know, it's a toss if it's gonna be good or not. But then we just cook at home, and cook stuff we want.
That's true. That's true. I get that.
Now our favorite place to go out, we usually be trying stuff.
How did you know that he was the one?
You would just skip to that question.
Okay, we didn't have to go on the road.
Anyways, I think it was because out of all the guys that tried to talk to me, I just would always compare you to them, and they would know it, and they would always be like, oh, you thinking about him, or you gonna go back to him.
So basically, I made a lasting impression on you.
I didn't say that.
Well, it sounded like to me.
Yeah.
That was boring.
It wasn't boring. You were just always on my mind.
Okay.
Nick, no, you answer.
What?
You answer.
She was real truthful with me. Very honest. Honesty is a big part of my life, and respect. I thought this said, do y'all speak in tongues? I'm about to say, I mean, y'all. How's the married life?
Why do you always ask that? I never know how to answer that.
Married life is it's a journey, but it's a good journey. You know what I'm saying? You got your hills, you got your valleys. It's a lot of learning, but it's so fun. It's just y'all. You know what I'm saying? You don't go from woman to woman to man to man.
You're not.
Y'all just experience stuff. No, I'm saying like.
You want to live.
私は彼女を愛してます。そう約束します。でも 彼女はとてもダサい。少なくとも今回は彼女はキャップをしてません。
How did y'all know it was time to get married? It was such a funny, bro. That's such a funny story, bro. Go ahead.
How did we know it was gonna be married?
Remember we was in Canes. Alright, so
I remember us having a conversation one night after church.
yeah, we
And
already
you was
knew.
dropping me off at home.
We already knew we wanted to get married, right?
I don't remember what you talking about.
Trinity was working, and I was working. We both had cash stacked up. We both knew what we wanted. I wanted her in the long run. She wanted me in the long run. I was 21. She was 20. As we just stacking money and dating, just going out to restaurants and whatnot, we really just sat down and was like, so the next step, you know what I'm saying, is just to get married in life. But while we waiting, we already got money. We already got our mind made up. We already, you know what I'm saying, saved.
I do remember that day.
I know who I am. She kind of knew who she was. And we just had that realization. Shoot, after praying, after all of that, we just went and got married.
We didn't just know. We didn't just up and get married.
I mean, yeah, we did. Got married fairly quick. Only because we planned.
I was say, but we had already planned.
We planned it.
And we had already planned our wedding, like, way before that. We announced our engagement late. Because we announced our engagement in July. We announced our engagement in July, but our wedding was already like planned out, ready. That's why we chose October, because everything was ready. There wasn't no reason to like push it out. Usually you push it out and stuff so you can get ready and plan stuff. We'd already done that, and we had already talked to like our families, our pastor, and so it wasn't really no need or reason to push it out. Plus we had already been messing with each other for what, 7 years at the time.
Oh, was that 14 and
15,
20?
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, yeah.
There was no reason to waiting and being like, yeah, I'm gonna have me a 5-year fiance.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna be no 5-year fiance, sorry, boo. That sound like them men that be like, yeah, we're grown, we're older, date me for 7 years.
We know what we are. You know.
I don't know what you are.
You know what we
I'm
are.
gone.
Did y'all want kids that early?
No. Initially, our plan was to wait 2 years before we had a baby.
I actually thought it was gonna be 25. Mind you, I was 21.
Yeah.
Till Trinity got baby fever.
What?
Baby fever is real. It's for sure real. How many more kids do y'all want?
0.
Child, I'm done.
Unless he carrying it.
You hear me? I'm done. What were some of the challenges leading up to engagement and the wedding?
Y'all don't even want to know.
America. Let me tell y'all something. Yeah, families can get crazy.
Just don't let people feel like they have a say-so over what happens in your life.
And that's family,
Friends.
people who think they real close to you, all them old heads. Some challenges though in marriage, it was probably just finding out what we like or what we don't like. And some of them we clash light, some of them we clash hard.
I think it was adapting to being with each other 24/7, living together, waking up together, going to sleep together.
Yeah, all of that. Leading up to engagement, I didn't have no challenges. It was just people in my ear saying, are you sure? You're too young. You're too young. You're
That-
too young.
Well, I didn't have a lot of people saying that because most of the people that I talked to were family, and they already knew that we had been together for a long time. It wasn't like nothing new. They had been knowing him since we was, 14? And so when we told them we was getting married, it was like, oh, okay, we saw this coming. It wasn't no like, oh, are y'all ready or y'all this? Because they know who they raised me to be. And they knew I wasn't marrying no bum. I wouldn't say it was really that many challenges, because honestly, the people who had stuff to say, they weren't even really a challenge. It was just like, oh, okay.
It's just annoying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just get like, all right, fam. Sometimes you gotta put people in their place. Other times you can just ignore it. Challenges people may have is money though. As far as the wedding venue, invitations.
Weddings are expensive.
If you want a reception, Trinity dress alone is like $3,500. Our venue was cheap though. It was like $1,300,
No, it wasn't.
$1,500.
Well, it was 18, but they took off because we had our own decorators,
Officiant and
our own
yeah.
officiant. When you pick a venue and you have a lot of your own stuff, they take money off and they give you discount.
What were some of the things that God was pulling y'all to do before marriage? Pulling me towards youth, but it wasn't really like a pull because I've always dealt with youth, still dealing with youth, either my age or younger. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's what I'm called to do. Talk to the youth, hang with the youth, teach youth. I'm being an aid. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, being a good servant. That's all.
And I would say it was just to know myself better so that I could know somebody else fully.
Dang, that's profound. That hit. Yeah, I think it was just reassurance of putting myself in that mindset as the man,
I was gonna say
head of the household.
I was gonna say for you, I think it probably was becoming your own person.
All these people in my ear.
I think you lived for a lot of people. You gave yourself to a lot of people and then
Well, I didn't get myself
yeah.
to myself. All in all, be sure you know yourself, man or woman, before you get married. Knowing what you know now, what more could y'all have done to prepare for marriage?
I don't think that there was anything that we was like, man, I wish we would have did more of this or more of that. For where we were at that point in time, we were good.
Nah, I think it was good. Us personally. How much money should you go into a marriage with?
I don't think that there's a certain amount of money that you should or shouldn't go into marriage with. Now, obviously, don't go in just dirt broke. I was always told to have at least like 3 months worth of everything saved up. And that way you have like a cushion or a safety net. But I think when we got married, we had a little more. I would say just make sure you have enough money to sustain a lifestyle. However much that is for you, I don't know, because I can't speak for the type of lifestyle that you live. But as for us and the lifestyle that we were living at the time and the budget that we were on at the time, we were good.
I know at the beginning of our marriage, I was always a money person, so I thought ahead a lot. I would borderline be stressing. Trinity was like, you gotta realize, it's me and you paying money, not just you. It's me and you. Just make sure y'all ain't broke though. Y'all plan for rent, plan for emergencies.
If y'all got car notes, plan for those.
Car notes.
Plan for light bills, water bills, groceries, because y'all still gotta eat.
What we did is we had a binder. It was like our wedding binder, but within that wedding binder, we took my bills, current bill, her current bill, added those together, added our income together, and then added what we will be living in.
I would just say depending on your budget and depending on what type of life you want to live, you and your partner will make a decision on what number y'all need to have before y'all get married.
You gonna eat this?
No, I'm full.
What are some of the tough things about marriage that not a lot of people talk about?
Honestly, I don't think people talk about the tough parts of marriage. For the most part, everybody try to make it look
My man, my wife, my husband. I ain't gonna lie to you, gang.
some
I be
days,
getting on Trinity nerves a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
and y'all not gonna like each other every day.
You know? I mean, you love each other, but sometimes it just be like that. And depending on who you with, because you gotta think about, she grew up a certain way, he grew up a certain way. You're merging two different lives into one. So sometimes, whatever she grew up on, that might just come off. And then boom, now you got her childhood in your face and you're like, who in the world is this? Who am I dealing with right now? And you're gonna have to deal with that. You may not like it. And that's the hard part. Sometimes it get real ugly. You know what I'm saying? Not no hidden and whatnot. If you hidden and like all of that,
If y'all boxing, y'all need to just go ahead.
get some help. You know what I'm saying? Pray about it and then talk to somebody.
It
Overstimulated.
just gets a lot sometimes.
And I know for a woman, the emotions, they go from like here to bam, real quick. I'm very nonchalant. Tell you a story. Ivy was crying. I think Trinity was pregnant at the time. She had iris in her stomach. I was making tacos. Trinity started crying because our taco broke. I was like, look, you could just make another taco and that'll be that. She's like, no, I wanted that taco. It's broke. There's no coming back from that broke taco. I could just make you another taco. I could just put that, I want that taco. And just start crying. So you know what I did? I took my plate, took my tacos, and went to the room. That was the first time in my life I ever felt overstimulation. The marriage is bringing emotions out of me. And that is the hard part too. You are going to find out things that you, one, may never thought that you would have done, did, or felt. But that's why I keep saying it's a learning experience. But even in them hard times, it's great.
That's when the fact that you choose to do this comes in. Yeah, I'm mad right now. I don't like him right now, but I choose to be here with him. So
Let's see. What if I don't want kids, but my husband does? Dang.
that's something that you talk about before you make him your husband. Because if you want children and he doesn't want children, you can't force children on that man. So maybe he's not the person who God has for you. Because that's a big thing to disagree about. Most time, if you're a woman and you want kids, you're not going to waver away from that. But some men really just do not want children, and they're not going to give that up. Some men just like having that independence, but they want a wife without the kids. So that's something that you talk about before you get married, because after you get married, it's too late. And if you give that man kids and he don't want kids, and he be walking around beating you and them kids, then you're gonna be looking crazy. But he told you he don't want the kids.
Or be a deadbeat.
Yeah.
How do y'all deal with not lusting after each other while being married? Baby, this is my wife.
You're supposed to desire the person that you with, and if you don't, then I mean, looks ain't all, you know, personality and whatnot, but you know.
Oh, but they gonna be fine walking around here with their body. But even if they don't got a body, you still gonna want them. Let's keep it PG. Stop looking at me. What's your favorite thing about each other? Wow. Oh, this is wholesome. Favorite thing about Trinity? Trinity is very nice and kind when she can be. Like when she get in that mode, she's like the sweetest person ever. It's like a breath of fresh air.
My favorite thing is your personality.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Who said I was being dramatic? I'm gonna get another strike.
Yeah, whatever. You just don't care what people think about you. You just you, and it don't change. It's just consistent.
Cause who can really beef with me? You got beef with yourself. You know what I'm saying? I love you. Let's be friends. What is something I should expect when I get married? Disappointment. I'm not saying that.
Well, excuse me.
I'm not saying that in that way.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
Usually when you go into a marriage,
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you
You
make
have an
things.
idea in your head of what it's supposed to be. Okay.
Yeah, you got an idea of that.
Clear
you know
it
what I'm
up
saying?
for me.
And then, even if y'all talk about marriage before y'all get married, y'all think y'all on the same page until y'all get into that joint. And then next thing you know, you be like, what the crap?
This is not what we discussed.
Who are you? Baby doll. You know what I'm saying? Who? Alright. Yeah, you gotta adapt. Marriage is all about adapting. If you think away and she think away, that junk will not mix until y'all make it mix. You know what I'm saying?
Make it mix.
Make it mix. Make it mix. Make it mix.
Okay,
Make it mix.
next
Make it
question.
mix. I'll make it mix.
Your brain
Make it
doing
mix.
that thing.
Make it
You
mix.
doing that thing again.
If y'all could move to any place that's outside of Texas, where? And I believe that's why. Tokyo. I moved to Tokyo for a year. I like the Japanese culture. You know what I'm saying? But their technology is peak.
I went to Canada.
Why?
Because it's pretty. And they value people. The women there
Yeah.
get a year off
Oh.
of paid maternity leave.
You said you ain't having babies no more. What you need maternity leave for?
But I'm just saying, that's just how much they value their people over there.
How is life with 2 kids under 2?
You know, people used to say, kids is so hard. They gonna make your life just completely upside down. And you're not gonna be able to enjoy life. And your kids gonna wear you out. I don't know who kids y'all had. Cause my kids.
You know good and well these babies are crazy. It's wild.
But it's not what they try to make it be.
Oh no.
It's not.
Because I'm still a
Just
photographer.
horrible how they made it sound.
Here
We
and there.
still live life and they live it with us.
Yeah, it's fun.
And we keep it going.
Oh yeah, your life is over. Forget your dreams. Baby, no. I don't know who they was talking
We
about.
gonna go to Eddie B's and she gonna put on her fancy dress and go eat steak and lobster.
I've already had crab legs. I haven't had crab legs until I was 14. Favorite Amazon items? That's weird.
Everything.
Dark
My
stuff.
disc.
Oh, like favorite Amazon item we got?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess my lights.
I think my favorite, right now that's my favorite Amazon item, my disc.
Who has the better tasting food? I think that's me.
No.
I
You ate squid.
got a more refined palate. That's why. While I try
I don't
things,
play with my taste buds.
it's not playing.
It is fun.
It's finding out.
I
How
don't
do
want to find out.
What do you think wisdom is? Wisdom, you have to go and
is
research.
not eating squid.
No, you have to research things.
No, wisdom is saying that's squid. That does not belong in my mouth. That belongs in the water. If it ain't catfish,
It's an animal.
if it ain't catfish,
It's an animal.
if it ain't catfish,
There's other sea life than catfish. Ghetto gangsterlicious, thugnificent.
it don't need to be ate. If it ain't catfish, crab legs, shrimp, you leave all the other stuff down there.
Who has the most friends?
Yeah, that's easy.
How tall are y'all? I am. Guess it in the comments. Guess it in the comments how tall she is. Just by the standing right here.
We're not standing, we're sitting.
I mean, just by sitting right here. What's some wisdom/advice that was given to y'all that's been very helpful?
One thing our pastor told us once, don't put a lot of hard expectations on your part, because then when they don't live up to those expectations in your mind, you're disappointed. When in our reality, that's not who they are. That's who you want them to be.
One of my OGs, he was like, look, because as a man and in marriage, sometimes it will feel like you getting hit all the time and that you keep quote unquote losing, or you always wrong in a situation, even though you be right, but you gotta keep peace in the house, right? He was like, man, look, even though you're gonna get hit with them waves and them tides gonna bring in some trash sometime, but eventually the tide's gonna bring a little seashell and the tide's gonna calm down. It ain't always gonna be a little tsunami out there, you know? You gotta look toward the hills, look toward the little waves. I'm like, dang. You know what, you're right, OG. Other than that, that book, Love and Respect, it's crazy. It really gives you perspective on a man and a woman, how y'all both think. Who's more serious?
Serious about what?
Yeah, it's me. Do y'all ever get tired of each other? Yeah.
Yep.
Did you faint the first delivery with your first baby in the delivery room?
He almost did.
Listen to me. I don't do blood. You feel me? When Ivy came, I for sure didn't look in there. I saw like a glimpse of her coming out because it was my first baby. So what did I do? I cried.
Like a spank baby.
I cried. I was just sitting there crying. I said I wasn't gonna cut that umbilical cord, but all I did was just. It was cool. No, I didn't faint, bro.
You almost did though.
I didn't think of what's going on.
And they was like, are you alright? Are you alright, Dad?
Yeah, I was a little stuck until she came out. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, that's a sight. Then you go, her organs go in a little Ziploc bag.
Not organs.
And the Tupperware, they put organs in Tupperware.
Not organs.
Is it true what the old folks say? In marriage, the days get sweeter and sweeter.
Yeah.
Just thinking back on it, yeah.
Yep.
Our relationship is exponentially better than the beginning of marriage. And even the beginning of relationship when we just met. Thank you, old people.
Thank you.
How do you balance raising children and also spending quality time with each other?
We got a schedule. Like, you see how we by ourselves now?
How do you manage schoolwork and having kids?
I have a schedule, a system now. After I get off of work, weekdays we have church. And then in between that, we just with the kids. Dinner, games. Like after I did Ivy hair, she went on about her business. I just pulled my laptop out and did something. Most of the time when I'm doing homework, I'm like on my laptop or something. But I'm in here like with them. So it's not like I'm like just all separated. They don't see me.
This is a question for you. How to become a wife in God's eyes to attract the right man? So wife quality.
I don't necessarily say that there is a right and a wrong way to make yourself wifeable. And you can't make yourself a wife. Let's just get that, because you are a person and you can't say this is gonna make me a wife. I know like most of the time they be like, oh yeah, I cook, I clean, I this, I that. But that doesn't make you a wife. You can't make yourself a wife. You have to become a wife, like an actual wife, and be in that position because you don't know what your specific wifehood will require. But I think as a person, and I think this is what you're asking, to prepare yourself to be a wife, and I'm assuming that you're saying that because you want to be a wife. You just have to present yourself in a manner where you attract the right man. You don't want the man who's gonna run after and wagging tail. I just feel like if you carry yourself a certain way,
you want that dog over there that's minding her business.
Yeah, I don't want to say dog, but for the analogy, I guess that's the answer. But yeah, you can't make yourself a wife. Only a man can make you a wife. And to attract the right man, you have to be the right type of woman.
How to center God around your life? I personally have been struggling.
I think some people think that to have a life, I'm just going to say a life fully consumed with God. People think that they have to have a certain type of speech, a certain type of status and all this other stuff.
Yeah, you ain't got to be a preacher to have God centered around your life. As soon as you take in Jesus to be your Lord and Savior and you get saved, filled with the Holy Ghost and the whole shebang.
I think that's up to your relationship with God in your heart. That's about what you hold above God and getting those things in order. And then letting everything else follow after God, instead of holding a lot of stuff over Him and then say, oh, well, it's God.
I mean, some things to start off with is, one is prayer, a set prayer time. Like if you go to, easiest thing, go to bed. Before you go to bed, pray. If you didn't talk to Him throughout the day, have that talk. Even if you did talk to Him throughout the day, have that talk. You wake up, Pray. Of course, read your Bible. You can read a chapter. Listen to a sermon. It can be a short sermon. It could be a long sermon. It don't gotta be new. It could be old.
And surrounding yourself with people who have lifestyles that align with what you're trying to get with.
You gotta be
Surround
intentional.
yourself. Yeah, you have to be intentional with the people who you have around you. You can't surround yourself with a bunch of mess and then be like, oh, I'm gonna live a God-fearing lifestyle. Well, that's hard for you to do because everything around you is different from what you want to be.
So if you want to love God and want a God-centered life, you can't hang with somebody that's trying to just go to the club and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be intentional in your action and in your heart of what you really want.
And I would say make it known so that people will know, like, this is what he or she is trying to do with their life, and this is what this is what they have in place. Most of the time when you make it known, people will know that I can't interfere with that. I'm not going to get in the way with that. And then that cuts the distractions out for you, and you have a pathway to just focus on what you need to focus on without all of the extra.
Just take it one day at a time, man. Start with prayer. Seek God in the Bible.
Order a study book, and it has like lesson plans. I have one. Or get a study Bible. Study Bibles have descriptions, and it has all the little stuff in it for you to do while you're learning. So it's not just strictly you being confused. It's like a guide.
Yeah, that's all the questions. Hopefully y'all enjoy this. Be sure to subscribe. Follow me and Troop on all these socials. Please tell her to get on her YouTube and make more reels and whatnot. Try to get her active. Y'all eat food. Y'all be chill. God bless y'all. See y'all on the next one.
Did you zoom that in? Let me do that burp thing.
Marriage. We ain't that close.
Negro, please.
Thumbnail. Thumbnail.
Oh, you want me to smile?
Thumbnail. Now give me a kiss.
Don't. Do the roar.
Do the roar. I don't like it. I love you, Daddy. Thumbnail.